Sometimes the loudest power is don't move at all. No clapback, no explanation, no need to defend your name in rooms that were never built to honor your spirit in the first place. Because real power doesn't flinch. It doesn't beg to be understood. It stands firm, smiles, and walks in silence. There is a moment in every warrior's life when you realize not every battle deserves your sword. Not every insult requires a reply. Not every energy deserves your reaction. See, when you are growing, when you are healing, when you are truly tapping into your inner peace, that divine equilibrium, you will begin to see noise for what it is. And if you're not careful, you will drown in it, responding to every opinion, every dig, every vibe shift like your soul's on trial. But guess what? You don't owe anyone your energy. Sometimes the best move is a smile that says, I see it, I know it, but I rise above it. Sometimes silence is the only language that egos can't translate. They want your reaction because it validates their chaos. They want you to stoop low so they don't have to climb higher. But when you choose silence, you choose discipline. When you smile, you choose peace over performance. And when you keep moving, you tell the universe, I know where I'm going, and I'm never looking back. That is not weakness, it's wisdom. It's knowing that storms pass, people change, and what they say today won't even echo in my tomorrow. So if you are facing haters, doubters, or silent AV masked as love, don't stress it. Smile, stay silent, keep moving. You don't have time to explain your glow to those still sitting in the dark. Let your journey speak, let your blessings speak. Let your peace be your power. And remember, the lion never explains why it doesn't flinch when the dog barks. It just keeps walking. There is no need to explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. No energy wasted trying to prove your worth to folks who never had the capacity to see it in the first place. I have lived this. I have been in rooms where I knew I was being watched, not with admiration, but with quiet envy. I have felt the sting of betrayal from people I once prayed for. I have had to bite my tongue when I knew I had the perfect comeback, but choose peace instead. Not because I'm weak, because I have grown. Because I've seen what happens when you let your ego talk louder than your purpose. And because God taught me, some battles are beneath your destiny. See, sometimes silence is not a retreat, it's a strategy. In the Bible, even Jesus stayed silent when they mocked him. When he stood before Pilate, being falsely accused. Matthew chapter 27 verse 14 says, But Jesus made no reply, not even to a single charge, to the great amazement of the governor. That silence, that was strength. That was divinity choosing not to wrestle with dust. And let's be honest, how many times have we let someone pull us into an argument, only to walk away drained, questioning our peace, our values, our growth? Now I smile, not because everything is perfect, but because I choose peace over proving a point. I choose my purpose over petty destruction. And I keep moving because my time is too expensive to spend on what doesn't build me. Scriptures keeps me grounded. Proverbs 17:28 says, Even a fool is considered wise when he keeps silent. There is a power in restraint. There is wisdom in knowing when your silence says more than your words ever could. So when they talk behind your back, smile. When they test your character, stay silent. And when the noise tries to pull you off track, keep moving. Because you're not here to win arguments. You are here to win in your life. Let your peace confuse them. Let your silence convict them. Let your movement remind them you are never stuck and you are just focused. The lion never roars at every bark from a dog. It keeps walking and still remains king. So don't waste your roar. Walk, smile, stay silent, keep moving. Your destiny is not behind you, it's ahead, and it's loud enough to speak for yourself. I have lived this. I have felt the tension of holding my tongue when I knew I had the facts, the receipts, and the fire to clap back. But something in me, call it wisdom, call it spirit, said, rise above it, not because they were right, but because they weren't worth of the delay. And I have seen some of the most powerful people on earth choose this same strategy, not just in theory, but in real life, in real time. Michelle Obama was criticized for everything from her body to her beliefs, but she never let the hate derail her. She said, you don't stoop to their level. Our motto is, when they go low, we go high. That's not passive, that's royal, that's strategy in heels. Chadwick Boseman, while the world praised his strength, no one knew he was battling cancer. Through surgeries, chemo, and pain, he showed up and delivered some of the most powerful roles in cinema history. He never made an announcement, he just smiled, stayed silent, and moved with purpose. After he passed, Denzel Washington said, he didn't just make movies, he made history. Naomi Osaka, when critics attacked her for prioritizing mental health, she didn't fight back with tweets or interviews. She took a break. She protected her peace. She later wrote, it's okay not to be okay. She chose silence over spectacle and came back stronger. Beyonce, when Lemonade dropped, the world was buzzing about her personal life, but Beyonce never confirmed or denied or reacted. She let the act speak. The most alluring thing a woman can have is confidence. That's her way, not noise, not drama, just dominance in silence. Michael Jordan, even when he was criticized for staying out of politics, even when they said he was too focused on basketball, Michael Jordan let his game do the talking. He said, I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. He wasn't chasing applause, he was chasing greatness. No explanation, just execution. Serena Williams has faced racism, sexism, and disrespect in a Spartan belt for her, and yet 23 Grand Slams later, she still carries herself with grace and fire. She once said, I have had to fight. I have had to learn to fight all my life. Got to learn to keep smiling. That's the strength disguised as stillness. Kelani, dragged online. Kelani was dragged online, betrayed publicly, and ridiculed when she was at her lowest. She disappeared, focused on healing, came back with, it was good until it wasn't. A raw, soulful masterpiece, no need to rant. She let the music speak her truth. Stephen Curry, they doubted his size, his form, his shot, even after winning MVPs and rings. They said he was lucky, He said nothing, just showed up and became the greatest shooter in NBA history. As he put it, I've never been the loudest guy. I just stayed locked in. And of course, Jesus, falsely accused, mocked, beaten, crucified. Yet Isaiah 53:7 says, he was oppressed and afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. That's divine power in restraint. Because silence doesn't mean surrender. It means trusting God to vindicate what man misjudges. So what does this all mean? When the world disrespects you, misunderstands you, or tries to pull you down to its level, smile, not to fake it, but to show you've already won internally. Stay silent, not because you don't have words, but because your peace is louder than noise. Keep moving, not because you are avoiding conflict, but because your destiny doesn't have time for delay. Because at the end of the day, the battle is not yours but God's. That's 2 Chronicles 20 verse 15. Let them talk, let them gaze, let them watch. You've got moves to make, a life to build, a purpose to fulfill, and the only sound they should hear is your footsteps walking boldly towards everything they said you couldn't be and have.